Welcome back, everyone, to Journey to Baby Jordan. So, this is a pregnancy update for week 17, 18, and 19. Looking at this camera, it's like, Lord, my nose is getting so much bigger. Okay, so the baby is definitely getting bigger. I had to ask my doctor because I was having like a stretching pain in my legs and my back and my pelvic. When I say that, you know how you can stretch out your legs like your legs hurt? When I do that, I feel it in the middle of my back. Like the ligament is not popping in my knee, it's pulling in my back is what it feels like. And the baby is 8.5 ounces and is growing like he should be, and they suggested already that I get something for that. They suggested I get a maternity belt and said it will lift some of the pressure of my stomach off of my legs, which will also help my back. So I'm looking into getting one of those. To see whatever it could do to help, because anything will help. If it don't take much for me to be on my feet just for my back to hurt at all. Sometimes, sorry, this is TMI. Sometimes when I go to pee, it feels like I have a UTI. They've checked 2 times and I don't, but it's just already that much pressure. I have gained 25 pounds since I've been pregnant. I know a lot of people are, you should watch your weight. I have my whole life to watch my weight. I just want to make sure this baby is healthy. And every time we go, I'm sorry, I'm a little out of breath today. Every time we go to an ultrasound, they're talking about the baby's size of his head and his stomach, about how it looks good and healthy. As long as the baby's healthy, we're good. That's the only thing I'm worried about at this moment is our baby being healthy. Walking is okay, but standing hurts. So we can be going from store to store, or I can be walking around in Walmart and I can be fine. When I go to standing is when it hurts. Like, if you're just standing in the kitchen just doing something and you're standing for a long period of time, like when I was making chocolate covered strawberries or the chocolate covered pretzels, stuff like that, when I'm in the kitchen, when I say my ankles hurts and I'm starting to notice marks on my ankles when I take off my socks. So I can tell it's not like you can see swelling, but you can tell that there's marks on there where it's almost trying to swell a little bit, but not really. So after 6 p.m., whatever didn't get done is not going to get done. That's when I feel like my body starts to kind of shut down. I will get up at 4:45 or 5 something a.m. and try to get started on a few things. Like today, I got up early, a couple hours before work, and I'm making some homemade chicken, so homemade chicken noodle soup. And I had plenty of chicken legs in there, so I went ahead and bought everything else. So I let my chicken sit in some salt water, seasoned it, and I got it in the oven. Then I'll debone it and then start working on my soup, my noodle soup and all that. To get that done, went ahead and I'm going to start doing some things that I get for the baby and me that I get from Temu. I guess I'm saying that right. I'm going to start showing you some of that. I'm washing some of the clothes now that I got in yesterday, so I'm going to show you that. But I go ahead and I try to get a lot of things done, so when I get off work, it's not that much. Because my body be like, I'm pushing myself is what it feels like. Okay, so the baby is moving a lot. The baby is moving a lot. Usually, he doesn't really start till about 7:30. And sometimes he gets up earlier, like today. He got up early because yesterday was a rough day, and I'm going to tell y'all about that here later, down here. And so I think he's just ready. He's moving now. I think he's just ready to eat. We've been enjoying eating and drinking. If anyone has natural remedies for sinuses, please put it down in there. I know honey is one. I've been doing that. I know I can do the nasal spray. I've been doing some of that, not a lot. Y'all, my sinuses are so bad. It gives me a headache, has my face hurt, has my teeth hurt. I'll wrap up some ice, a napkin, and I put it in my nostrils to like try to bring down the swelling, and it feels so good. But I'm one of these. I have a list of things that I can take, but I would rather do something natural versus taking pills and it has all these chemicals in there and actually tells you consult with your doctor before you take these if you're pregnant. If it says that on there, I don't even want to take it. I don't want to take that risk. Also, if you have, I think in my last pregnancy update, I put my registry in the comments. If you notice something that's not on my registry that you be like, hey, you might need this, you can also put that in the comments, and I would love to check it out. I had my son 18 years ago. Walmart is higher than Amazon or Target. I was going to do a Walmart registry, but everything is higher on there. You would think it'd be cheaper. But as of now, I just have an Amazon registry because I don't really want to get too much of the same thing and then I needed something else. Hormones. So here this past week, I noticed out of nowhere, I'll feel irritated. And it comes out of nowhere. I'll be fixing breakfast and be fine. And then all of a sudden I'll feel irritated. My husband be like, what's wrong? I'm like, excuse me. I'm like, nothing's wrong, but I just feel really irritated. Like all of a sudden, and it's like, it's not you. It's just, I just feel really irritated all of a sudden. And it'll go and maybe come back in a couple hours. And then he knows every time. He's like, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, I'm just irritated out of nowhere. Okay, so yesterday, I'm going to do another video on this, but I did as of today, I'm like 19 weeks and 5 days. I did my glucose test. If you have been pregnant before, you're probably like, isn't it too early? Yes, there's a whole story behind that. I was not supposed to take my test yesterday or my anatomy test, whatever y'all call that. I got a whole video on that. But the baby was a little upset yesterday, and then he went in ninja mode from all that sugar. But y'all, we were so thirsty and hungry that when I did eat, it just had my stomach upset. And then they took like a half a pint of blood. I felt dizzy. I felt off. I felt like I was going to throw up. Like, the drink wasn't bad, but the whole process messed me up, y'all. It messed me up. But like I said, I got a video coming on that. We had it's supposed to be an anatomy scan, but they couldn't do that because, first of all, they couldn't barely see the baby because you got to have some liquid. You know, they tell you make sure you drink plenty, right, when you go for ultrasound. Well, because I'm supposed to be doing my glucose test, I couldn't drink anything. I could just sip water. That was it. And so, I'm so out of breath. And so they couldn't really see anything. So she's doing this ultrasound and they printed off the pictures, and you can see like ears and eyes, and the baby's hand was over here. Like, Lord, y'all ain't done yet. I'm so tired of this. I'm gonna show y'all the ultrasound pictures, but it was so cute. Like, he was over it. And my husband, he kept looking at it and was saying, oh, and I was like, I'm looking because I'm looking at his features, you know. And then when we go back for the real anatomy scan, she said we'll be able to see all his organs and see his face and feet and all that. And I told my husband, I said, he's going to be just like you, except for when it comes to eating. When this baby comes to eating, he's going to be just like me. Like, he wants what he wants. And when he's hungry, he lets me know. He shakes the cord a little bit, and then he gives me about an hour, and he gives me a boom boom pop. I get like a little bitty flutters of him moving, and then he kicks me and like, hey, didn't I tell you already? I'm hungry. Like I said, he gonna be just like his mama. When he gets food, you feel him moving around like, okay, something coming through the cord, I'm good. And then he's cool. But when he has to tell you twice, that's when you get that boom, boom, pop. Y'all, I'm not lying. This baby does not play about food. So juice gives me heartburn. What I have been having to do is 5% juice, 95% water. What I say by that, I fill my cup up with ice. I pour a splash of juice in there and a whole bunch of water into one of my Yetis on my cups. And that's all I can drink. So my sister got me the peaches and syrup juice from Sam's Club. I had the pineapples and the coconut juice. My husband is eating the pineapples, but I gave the peaches to my sister because I tried to eat, y'all, so much of them. I blended it up with different fruits and spinach and stuff. Y'all, when I say like throwing up in my, I'm sorry to see my throwing up and like feeling like like it's literally like, it feels like my throat is like just full of blood or something, like from the heartburn. Like, it is horrible. This is the most horrible heartburn I've ever had in my life, is when you try to drink juice while pregnant. It's one of these that it's not worth it. I went to Sonic and I wanted something cold so bad, and they had this Hawaiian slush. I took 3 sips, gave it to husband. That's all I could do. Like, it was too much, but it don't help the whole time, but it gives me temporarily relief. And it's what I do is I get about 5 to 7 tablespoons in a water bottle. Oh, I have a water bottle over here of water, and I put a few drops of vinegar in there, and I shake it up, and I drink the whole thing. And for about 15-20 minutes, I get relief. Sometimes it goes away completely. Sometimes it comes back. But it does give me relief. So if there's a pregnant lady out there and like your stuff is just burning in your throat and you need some relief, that does help. It's a temporary relief. That is all I have for now. I do have another video coming up where I'll be telling y'all what happened, why I had the test when I wasn't supposed to have the glucola test. And I'll put all the details and everything in that. I do have a baby bump picture at the end, and I have the ultrasound pictures at the end. I will be doing another ultrasound video. I'll be putting those pictures in there also, but I'm going to go ahead and give y'all a preview of that too today. So that is it for today. I hope you guys have a wonderful, blessed day, and please stay cool out there as much as possible. Bye.